your idea for doing this championship thing where you're fighting for a belt, it's a fantastic idea, but you mentioned tonight maybe switching gears a little bit perhaps with the Spike deal.
Yeah, I mean, what we're trying to do, what I've always been trying to do, is get to a point where we have 5 or 6 tournaments running in each season, so we never had to do non-title super fights. Like the Gono fight versus Chandler tonight put our champion in against a world-class guy, but no belt was on the line.
Yeah.
We have to do it because our tournament structure, when we were only doing 4 tournaments per season, limited the amount of guys that earned the right to fight for the title. But we're getting past that now with the 5 to 6 tournaments per season. So this probably is the last super fight you'll see for us where any champion at Bellator gets into the cage and doesn't have his belt on the line.
Now, as a fight fan yourself, what does it mean to you to be able to put on a card like this, where top to bottom, there were some great fights tonight?
It's great. I mean, that's what you're looking for. You know, I always talk to the guys right after the weigh-in. I just say, you know, man, it's 75 countries around the world that are going to see it. You got it up in the score in Canada. You've got MTV2 down in the States. It's streamed live on Spike.com. Soon we're moving to Spike. Bring it. You know, plant your flag. Use this as an opportunity to really establish yourself in the minds of MMA fans. So, and the guys typically do it. I mean, you saw it today with Ryan and his back and forth with Luis Santos. You saw it with Brian Baker. The Saunders fight. You saw it. I mean, Michael Chandler didn't leave anything to question against Gono. And it just, you know, you guys take that to heart, and God bless them for doing it, because man, it makes for great nights. It makes for a better night's sleep for me when I go back to the hotel.
Now, Gono, his last MMA fight tonight on your card, what does that mean?
Well, if you're a hardcore fan of MMA and you've been watching it for years, and you were watching it when there was a really vibrant 50,000 people in the arena Japanese fight scene, and you saw Gono come out with the incredible ring entrances and the unbelievable afros, but you also coupled it with the fact that he was a great entertainer, but he also beat the likes of Hector Lombard and Gegard Mousasi and a lot of other top fighters that we look at now and we go, well, those are some of the greatest fighters in the world that he beat. And has been in against the best of the best. He's really, if you're a fan of Japanese MMA in terms of what it was in its heyday, he's one of the biggest names in the game. So it's as a CEO, I look at it and I go, that's kind of cool that this was his last fight as a fan of the game. It almost kind of brings a tear to your eye because you're like, wow, that's a guy that I really liked watching fight and was fun and brought entertainment and fighting together at a real high level. So I don't know. I mean, I'm kind of torn. It's he's just a respectful, cool, great character, and he'll be missed in MMA, but that character and that personality is going to translate well into whatever he does. So
going back to your comment there about hardcore fans, Canada is hardcore for hockey. It's part of our culture. But you're seeing in the past few years a shift where even tonight there's some hardcore MMA fans in Canada.
Well, Canada's got incredible MMA fans. It's funny because I always get asked why we do so well in Canada, and I don't exactly know, like, objectively what the answer is. Some of it may have to do with the fact that the national sport that everybody's connected to in this country, which is hockey, fighting is part and parcel of the sport. It's not an anomaly the way it is in American football or baseball, where a fight breaks out and everybody gets suspended and everybody gets kicked out of the league for a week. It's part and parcel of what Canadians are used to seeing in a game of hockey. And I don't know if that plays into it, but there's just such a connectivity between Canadian fans and MMA, and we've seen it at Ramanau 3 times, at Windsor once, pack in the house, and they get it. I mean, when it's just nobody's booing when somebody's making a move for an armbar. You know what I mean? Nobody's screaming, stand them up. You know, it's just it's an educated fan base that's really connected to the sport. So hopefully we're doing a lot more events here come the rest of this year in 2013.
All right, well, thanks for your time and best of luck with the rest of the year.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.